Okay guys, so just wanted to quickly go over the new things that they added to Genshin Impact, and I'm not talking about Zhao, I'm not talking about events or any of that. Those will be coming out in a few days, but I just wanted to go over some new gadgets that they added, some new mechanics, and a few quality of life changes, okay? So the first thing is actually this new transmutation section on the workbench, and basically if you want to convert anything, let's say for example you need some purple stones, you can come here and you can basically choose whichever element you want to use to convert and get the purple stone. All right, they say that you need dust of Azoth, and to get the dust of Azoth, and there we go guys. So you can check, I did not have a purple crystal, but if we go in here, go to Beto, now we have a purple crystal. And to get the dust of Azoth, you just need to go to the Paimon shop inside here and go down to Stardust Exchange right here, and you can basically purchase these with Stardust. So you basically can purchase up to 100 every month, and you get 10 per purchase. Okay, so that's like 1,000. After that, the next thing that they added to this game is actually this new very interesting gadget that you can get by talking to Lan at the Adventurers Guild. And I did a complete video on this item, and I use it. It basically, you can only use this like once a week, like every 7 days, but it's a new parametric transformer, which is very interesting because you can use your worldly farming materials and convert those to materials that you would particularly get from dungeons and ley lines. Alright, but I did a video that I will link right here above. You can check that out and see everything about this gadget and how it works and all of that good stuff. The next thing that we need to talk about is in the archive system, which is the living beings. Now this is a very interesting system that I really like this one. So when you come here, you can basically like see all of the monsters in your world, and you can basically like check to see how many of these you've ever killed, which is right down at the bottom of the screen next to the fat Fatui guy. You can see I've only killed 2 of Weiwei, or the unusual Hilichurl, whatever he is called. The Electro Hypostasis, I killed 80. The Geo Hypostasis, I killed 35. So you can basically like come in here and check to see how many of these monsters that you've ever killed since you started playing the game, which is a really good addition. On the next tab, you basically have a section for animals or living beings or whatever these things are called, but they're basically like the cute and furry animals that you don't kill. Well, you kind of kill some, like, you know, the boars, and you kill not the dogs, but like say for example little squirrels. You kill these to get meat, right? But you can come here and you can basically check to see all of the monsters that you've discovered or captured. And these are the little ones that always have the Mora on their back, and you can basically check to see what you have and what you don't have, and then probably you can go out and see if you can discover the monsters that you haven't discovered as yet. The fourth thing that we need to talk about is actually in your battle pass, and this is a really good addition because since day one I've always thought that the battle pass is something that is worthy of purchasing in this game, and now they actually give you fragile resins, which is a very good addition because apparently resin was everyone's problem because of the refresh rate. I don't really know, it doesn't really bother me anymore because I've been playing this game for so long. But after you get to like level 5 in your battle pass, you get 2 fragile resins, and you basically get 2 more every 10 levels, right? So the next one you get it at 15, the next one you get it at 25, the next one you get it at 35, and it just goes on to 45. All right. Before, in these areas you would usually get enhancement ore, but the dev said that by the end of the battle pass you should get the same amount of enhancement ore that you got before. So nothing has changed, they just added the fragile resins. Okay guys, so the new and the fifth thing that we're going to talk about is actually the new Geovis App. and this is just a matured version of the Achlin, which is a very interesting monster. He is pretty crazy. He is really fun to fight. This is the boss, and after you beat this boss, you basically need resin to actually get your rewards. All right, the rewards, I think you get skills from him, which you will need to upgrade Zhao. Hopefully by later today I will release a video on how to beat this thing, or just to showcase his moves or give you guys some tips if you're having a hard time. I fought like a level 93 version, and it was really fun. Apart from him though, there is also another one that you can track by your guild book, and he is a little smaller, but he is also a little bigger than the Hatchlin, which is this one. So this monster is called, this one is right around the back. So the first one is called the Primal Geovis App, and this one is actually just a regular one that you can find in the open world. He is a little bigger than the Hatchlin, but he is a little smaller than the Primal Vis App. The thing is with these monsters though is that they are able to change elements, so you need to be careful when you're fighting them, because they use all 4 elements along with Geo. And you see how crazy that attack is. I was basically like dodging its attacks and it was like tracking me. But yeah, it is a really fun fight and you guys should check it out, alright? So just wanted to quickly go over the Spiral Abyss, guys. If you guys haven't really beaten the corridor as yet, or for those of you who have beaten the corridor and you're currently in the Moon Spire and you're actually like afraid of these floors, like this one where you have to protect the crazy monolith, and the floor 100. I have been the Spiral Abyss before, but for some reason like this version is just not, I'm just not interested in this version. But in 1.3 they have changed the mechanics of the Spiral Abyss. So on the next Moon Spire, when it resets in 12 days from now, 12 or 13 days, you will have new mechanics. Because the new mechanics are no mechanics, because you see the ley line disorder here, which says geo damage dealt by all party members is increased by 75%. When the Spiral Abyss resets, there won't be any ley line disorder here. So it's just going to be like you running around in the open world fighting monsters. But the only thing is these monsters are level 100. Alright? It starts at 95 and it goes all the way to 100. So you will have to beat these monsters without, any help, I would say. But apart from that, you will get the blessing of the Welkin Moon, because I think or I've heard that when it resets, this will actually be that the lower your health, you will get damage bonus and crit damage bonus, things like that. So you will have the blessing of the Welkin Moon, but on these floors it's probably going to be different. I'm not 100%, or it might not be the blessing of the Welkin Moon. On these floors you might get a bonus damage by having your health lower than a certain percent, like 75 or 50. But floor 12 there will be no disorder. Alright, so for all of you guys who don't yet have the Spiral Abyss name card, you can basically come here and you can basically try your luck. You will get it, so just believe in yourself, guys. Your characters are strong, so you should come and get it. Alright, Spiral Abyss, most sweatiest name card back in when the game first started, and 1.1 I believe, but now I think I'm probably just going to use my Kiching name card. So the next thing we're going to talk about is Mona, and so far in this update she got a slight buff, and it's basically that on hit she can now use illusory turret a lot faster. Alright, so if you're getting hit or destroyed, you can basically like hop in this real fast just as before and just like get away from the monsters. I have heard that they also gave Zhongli a buff, but the thing is I don't have Zhongli and I don't really understand, or I wasn't really interested to read it because I don't have him. But you guys should definitely look into that, whoever has Zhongli. Alright? Alright guys, so the next feature that we're going to talk about is for PlayStation exclusive. Alright? So we have a camera, right, that you can basically use to take a photograph, and now when you save these, they go directly to your PlayStation. Alright? Now, one of my friends told me that he had a problem with it because you aren't able to like pose your characters or give them facial expressions or things like that. But you can still do that by using the camera on the inside of the settings. All right, you can come here and do your regular pose and everything. Remove the UI like that and take your photograph, and you can still save it to your PlayStation. All right, it's a nice little feature because before we didn't have it on our PlayStation. The way we did it before, we had to press the share button and then click screenshot, but the game now actually made it easier for the quality of life. All right, and while talking about this, for our fellow mobile players, who I know a lot of you guys had a hard time like getting used to the controls, and some of you guys actually told me that you had a hard time using bow characters when you have to snipe, especially when you have to snipe the ruin guard, who is always like a rushdown monster. Now they added a controller settings, right? Or it is now mobile players are now compatible with controllers. All right, there's a wide selection of controllers that you can use on mobile, so you guys should definitely check that out if you take Genshin seriously, or you want to have, a better experience. If you're having a hard time touching the screen or something, you can use a controller now. Number 10 is very simple, and it's basically that we are going to get 26 new open world quests that you can find all around Leeway and in the open world. So one of these quests is actually this camera quest right here with Jitong. You can basically go there and you can start doing your camera quest, but you will get 26 different open world quests that you can do to get a Mora and experience and the good stuff. All right, the next thing we're going to talk about is on the 11th of February, right, 2021 to February 26, 2021, we will be getting a login event where you log in daily and you get free stuff, just as any other login event. But this time you're actually going to get acquaint fates, and by the end of your 7 days you are going to be in possession of 10 acquaint fates, which is basically a 10 free pull on whichever banner of your choice. You can pull on Zhao's banner, you can pull on the Wanderlust invocation, or you can pull on the Epitone invocation. So the choice is yours, guys, and remember, you can always come in here and look at the weapons before you actually make your wishes. All right, and you can go and do your test run with Zhao, which if you guys don't really know if you want him, you can test run him. You have Diona, you have Beidou, and you also have Xinyan. All right, so look into that, guys, and do have fun with it. All right, now the next thing we need to talk about is the character showcase, and you can basically come in here. First of all, let's talk about how you set yours. You go to edit profile, and there you have it. You can come over here, hit R3 if you're playing on controller, and you can choose 8 characters of your choice to put on display. All right, when you put them on display, everyone will be able, all of your friends will be able to go in and check your characters, check their builds, and I'll basically show you an example of that. So let's say, for example, let's use my friend Akame here. I can go in, he's just showing his Zhongli, for example. Oops, I think I sent him an invite by accident. Okay, so his details are hidden. Let's use Rose here. He's basically showcasing his child. His thing is hidden as well. But I think my friend Jason here should be able to. So Jason is actually showing his characters, and let's say, for example, his details are hidden. But sometimes it's not because they're hidden. Sometimes it's because it's like a glitch or a little bug, which they haven't really fixed as yet. Because I had this problem earlier today and I was able to just log out and log back in. Alright guys, so this one is actually for those of you who love to cook, and in 1.3 they actually added 3 new recipes, and the first one you can get here at the Xingyue kiosk, and it's actually called a full moon plate or something. Yeah, it's called a full moon egg. So you can come here and you can purchase it. The next one is actually at Wangshu Inn. And to get that recipe, you just need to talk to Very Goldet, alright? Which is the vegetarian abalone. And there you have it. There is actually one more recipe, but I haven't found it as yet. So if you guys know where it is, you can just leave it in the comment section for me, and I'll really appreciate that. I think it's called the Stone Harbor Delicacies. Alright. So the next thing is actually in the name card section, and if you actually go inside here, you will notice that they added 2 new banners. Alright. They added one for Zhao, and they added one for Hu Tao. Alright, so they haven't said anything as yet. They only said that the next banner is going to be Keqing after Zhao, but Hu Tao, you should definitely expect her to make her debut very soon, or at some point in 1.3. Alright, and last but not least, guys, we only have one more thing to talk about, and that would be this new feature. It's a really small one, but it's actually a good one. For a quality of life, I would say. So if you go on your characters, let's say Jinyan, for example, we're going to go to her weapon. My bad. Go to her weapon. Let's say we're going to change, and let's say we're going to enhance this weapon. Alright, so before, you had to basically come in here and press these one at a time to actually get it up, but now you can just hold it and it will just basically do it on its own. Alright, so it's a small one, but it's a good one. So if you guys, well, you guys know now, so just enjoy these small details. Alright, guys, so this is the end of this video. Thank you all for stopping by and checking this video out, and have a great day, guys.